make it so you can't do any agricultural land, we're gonna clear trees, plant ground, we'll just lock that away. So in my mind, that's kind of starting something.
We can follow up with the milestones on when we would expect it to be 50% complete, or whatever the milestones are that are in the agreement. And to your point, though, I think what we're sensitive to when we're starting construction is making sure that our landowners know when we're gonna be doing construction, so they're not planting a crop, and then we're coming in 3 months later and bulldozing it all. So I think that's why we issue these construction notices ahead of time, because we would rather, you know, save the farmers from, you know, going through the effort of planting a crop and then us coming in and turning it over to go to construction. So that's why we work with them ahead of time to make sure they know the timeline. We plant the seeding so that we can establish that growth to help with the erosion during construction and during those rainier times of year. But yeah, we can certainly follow up on exactly what the expectation of those timelines is. Patrick and I don't have that in front of us, but our engineering team has a detailed schedule where we could tell you exactly when we expect 50% complete or a year from start of construction.
Now is this
the rationale for the increased rent payments is because the property is going to come out of production, farm production. See what I mean?
is this your entire map, or is there more? Because I knew at one time you were overlapping with Copia Power.
Yes, I think one of the things, there's been a lot of confusion about the parcel ID list and the map, and that's one of the things we want to revise with this lease, is the parcel ID list and the original ERA and the map were not quite the same. So for our first phase project, which is the only project as of right now that's going to construction, that is the map. So,
This is phase 1.
right, so the white parcels and the green parcels are the parcels that will be inside phase 1 of this project come June, July. The red parcels are the parcels that we're removing in that map.
I also want to clarify, so the change that this resolution is proposing to this amended economic revitalization area, if you don't approve that, the only thing that would change is that those new parcels that they're going to be adding to their project site regardless are not eligible to receive abatement on the taxes owed on them. Does that make sense? So, I mean, you don't have to approve this again, but that doesn't change the actual project footprint. It just changes what is eligible for the abatement.
And what would be subject to the EDA, the terms of the EDA.
So yeah, so if we don't approve it and get these included, and that was where I was going, then our decommissioning bond and all those agreements wouldn't apply to these 3 new parcels.
I think it still would, because the decommissioning agreement is about what is the project site and it's independent of the abatement. So any of the work any of the project facilities are still subject to that.
Even if it's not included in the area?
What's that?
Even if it's not included in the area that we're recognizing as the project?
In theory, the project area in this economic revitalization area should be the same, but if you choose to not amend formally the ERA, the revitalization area, that doesn't change the actual project site. It would just change the land that's eligible for abatement.
I think one thing that's really important though is that if the land is not included as part of the project area and what's applied to the EDA payments, the way the EDA is structured is actually, by re-entering it, it's a major benefit to this county. As a result of SB1 and the provisions in the EDA, which we are not proposing to change, they'll impose a depreciation floor on our annual tax increase, on our annual taxes, and any increase in the amount of money due payable from the taxable amount to that depreciation floor is a payment in lieu of taxes. So basically, when you get to about year 5 or 6, our depreciation is floored at 30%, and any amount of additional payment made as a result of that EDA is funds that come directly to the county. So at the end of the day, if you don't adopt those parcels, the infrastructure installed on those parcels will not be eligible for the calculation for that payment, basically.
It would depreciate in 2.5 years. And then
To zero.
to zero, and then there's nothing to collect.
So do we have a motion to accept this before they change their mind?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I understand that the original abatement has expired for these terms. Can you tell me when the phase one was approved, phase one abatement was approved?
There shouldn't be anything expired.
Nothing's expired on it.
Well, Patrick, that's what I understood from you, so,
The EDA is expired.
okay, so
Yeah.
the actual abatement has not expired.
That's
So
right.
you're wanting to
The
change.
terminology is very confusing.
Okay,
I have
okay.
a hard time keeping
The
track.
EDA has not expired, for what that's worth. It is still very much in effect because the MISO delay is a permitted delay under
Yeah.
the agreement, so it doesn't have to be formally amended, but we think it's in the best interest of everyone to amend it at the second meeting, just to clearly state what the current construction timeline is, which is about a year delayed. And then if these approvals are done, to incorporate this as well, just for the sake of clarity and transparency.
Yeah.
So phase one is an addition then, how's this switching from the original abatement to this phase one that you talked about at the commissioners meeting? So,
Yes, I think that they are the same, but what we're doing is just revising the documentation that's in that abatement to make sure that what was is no longer and what is what applies. Because
So-
the map, like we talked, the map was a little confusing when you look at that versus the parcel
Right.
list.
right.
So this clarifies all that
Yeah,
based
so
on our actual
the
design.
phase one then, what happens to all of those parcels that were in the original abatement
Mhm.
and now we're taking out because phase one is there? So,
Yeah.
but you're only wanting phase one in the abatement, is that what you want now?
Yeah, that's right. So
Okay,
we're only
so
asking for abatement on
Everything
phase
over by
one.
Miram that you guys have signed up, what happens to that?
That is no longer in the abatement, and I think it's, again, a little confusing because the map showed those parcels, but the parcel list in the ERA did not have those parcels. So that's why
So
we're
we're
kind
adding
of
to
cleaning this up a little bit.
revitalization area.
Does that make sense?
Or
Well, I
to the
I
abatement, 'cause
think maybe it
keeps
needs
going
some
back
more
and
discussion.
forth.
I mean, I understand it better now than I did after the commissioner meeting,
Yeah.
but
That's
I
what I-
don't
There will be,
understand.
there is a second hearing.
Right, and I don't understand what happens to
Yeah.
those parcels in Miram
Yeah,
or around Miram. You know, if phase one just takes care of around the New Lebanon area.
because.
So when do you
of
add
the
phase
deals
two
that they
or
have.
phase three or whatever New Lebanon or Miram's
So-
gonna be?
Revenue on this.
I would say already, I would say it's debated whether or not those are, that's one of the clarifications
that's
we're trying to
changing,
clean up. Because really, the parcel list
None
did
of
not
that's
include
changing.
those parcels. Those would still be under lease pursuant to our lease. And if and when we go to build an additional phase of the project, we would work with the county commission and council, to potentially, enter a similar agreement as the EDA with an abatement, or figure out, the proper pathway to take that project forward into
So
construction.
when I looked at the list that was in the abatement of the parcel numbers, I looked up all the landowners, and it looked to me like the original abatement had those Miram parcels, but it had some extra parcels that weren't listed. So that was my concern at the commissioners meeting. Now, my concern is just forget about the ones that are on the map but not on the parcel list. There were some parcels listed on the abatement that were around Miram, but now you're wanting to take those out, right? And just do the ones around New Lebanon.
Yeah, we're only including the new abatement, the amended map and parcel list would only be parcels in our phase one project that are on that piece of paper.
Nancy, you don't see the map.
I've got the map.
You got it?
Yep, I
Yeah.
do think,
We'll walk through it with you, because, when we went through the list, we may have come to a different conclusion.
yeah, I've been talking to Patrick about
Okay.
it, and somebody from Adams Law,
I got a
that's very
question for
confusing.
you guys. I'm the emergency management director in the county. Do you guys work with Cynthia Fu, environmental scientist, doing the phase one environmental?
You're yeah.
Well, she need to give me the address and stuff. Now, she gave me coordinates, and I know how to do coordinates, but it'd been nice to know where the address was
Okay.
to check it out, so you might tell her to send it.
Yeah,
to
can
me.
we talk to after the meeting about that? Definitely wanna connect with you.
Yeah, I thought maybe you guys was, and I thought, well, I'll just ask them while they're here.
Yeah, thank you.
Farmland doesn't have an address.
I mean, honestly, I wanna, now that I have new information, I wanna kind of look at that a little more.
Let's absolutely look at that.
Okay.
Alright, so, everybody done asking questions?
Are you ready to make a motion?
I am.
Make your motion.
I make a motion, we approve the preliminary, what's it called? called? Resolution for the amendment of the existing economic revitalization area. That's my motion.
Do we have a second? Right. A motion, a second. Those in favor of accepting the resolution?
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you very
We'll
much.
see you soon.
Yep.
One question. I thought maybe that was- I don't care.
I know you don't, that's why I said it.
Was my agenda, but I was trying to,
My glasses back on, it's like two line to sign. So before we move away from this, Lou and Hannah, our next step now is to schedule a public hearing on the resolution.
Typically, we just do it at the
Next meeting.
council meeting. We have to publish a notice at least 10 days in advance of that meeting, so.
Do we have somewhere to do that?
Yeah, good luck with that. That's what else do you wanna do?
Can you put us one of your information boards out here on the courthouse square, Jim?
We
You
did
just put
that.
up on
I
that?
could do that.
Legal notice board up in the courthouse, have one way, and we're gonna try it on the website.
That's a Sullivan meeting.
What is that?
Has
What,
the
newspaper?
paper quit publishing?
Yes, pretty much, yes.
Oh,
We've sent 4 notices already this year and not published, no. They went from every Friday to every other Friday.
We'll look
And he-
into what's legally.
The people did some negotiations today, I was told, in the court on the steps of the post office. What's gonna come out of it, I don't know, but they sounded.
Yeah, I know, I don't wanna depend on them. I depended on them earlier this year and they put a hammer to us, so
I know, there's still ongoing talks, but right
Yeah.
now, it's making some
that's
movement.
all we can, I mean, at least we're trying to get it out there.
I think you can publish in Vigo to replace it. You may be able to publish
Okay,
in
what
one
they
of
got
the
from your paper?
other adjoining counties. I don't know whether they've got.
Green County doesn't have one?
Green County.
Hannah,
I
can
know
you
it's just
search?
coming up, so I know we can figure out what the
Yeah.
required.
Yeah.
They're supposed to have a legislation session out today, but it didn't go.
It's not just our county.
No,
I'm
all
pretty
the
sure I
small
saw
communities.
electronic notifications are resident.
Yeah,
Taken all over the place.
yeah, I'm not too sure, like Doug said, we're trying to do something, but.
So we'll plan on doing it at our next council meeting. Between now and then, you guys will let us, Amy, know what the
Oh.
options are on public
Did I
notification.
take it?
Yeah, let me know too for our meeting.
I could.
Once we have
Once Amy tells us all
legal
the regs you need.
representation, we will let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
Right,
Hey, you're the big bucks.
next on the agenda, we've got Jim Pirtle. What do you have for us, Mr. Pirtle?
On this game,
Just Jim?
yep, I sent you guys all an email a while ago, and the only reason I sent it, that wasn't what I'm here for, but I just wanted to let you know. I think the mayor, yeah, he's back there. Me and him and Commissioner Davis was on TV today talking about our siren that wasn't working. One siren, rest of them was working. So if you guys look at that, I'm not asking for no money because it's been paid for, what I sent you. And, what it's called, it's a rapid warn NOAA outdoor, remember, siren activation system. And 911, Connie, I got this last year and I think I talked to you guys about it during budget hearings. Well, Connie is retiring, I think you guys know, but she called me about 3 or 4 weeks ago and wanted to know if I'd set up a meeting with her and the sheriff and 911, lead, which is Alicia Fox. And Connie said, Jim, I found out from the state I can use some of my 911 money to pay for this system. And if you look at that, you'll see it's a very good system. What it does, it goes in dispatch, and it takes the guesswork out, and I'm just gonna use it like this. Say you choose dispatcher, and now we get like we did it the other night again, and the phone's ringing off the wall. Well, it takes a little bit of time for them to go over and manually try to set them sirens off. And one thing this does, this'll, as soon as the National Weather Service hits my phone, hits the dispatch, boom, it'll set the sirens off. They don't have to do it. And once a month, it'll test the sirens silently, you know, it'll test them, it'll show you if one of them's not working, like we got right now. My son went over that night when it was hitting, and I was getting ready to go down, cause I knew it was getting ready to hit Paxton and Duggar and all that. And he tried to, somebody put a lock on it, I don't know who, but he had kept it locked, he couldn't even get it going manually. Now, I think it's probably electronics, could be the batteries, we put new batteries in it last year, cause you gotta have batteries. People goes, well, if you got batteries, you got electricity at the high rise, it should work. Them things work a little different. Batteries go bad, they won't fire off, they won't set. You guys know, I've talked to all of you about the warning sirens. They're outdoor warning sirens, and the mayor spoke well on that today too, was about pushing that. And I think Bob said something about it too. Them's outdoor sirens. I've preached this for 20 years. People don't hear them, and they go, we didn't hear the sirens. Hey guys, the number one thing is weather radios. I preach it, preach it, preach it. That's the safest thing anybody can have, and right there's number 2 on our code red.
Did you set a code red off the other night?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
It was going
I got
off
the
a
text
lot.
in.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he
I
went
get
off and I
phone
set it
calls,
off.
text messages, emails,
I got one from the National Weather
Yeah.
Service.
Yeah, that was part of ours too, though.
but I was
Yeah.
standing on the front porch and I could hear no sirens in the city of Sullivan. I could hear Haldor out there
They're
setting
outdoor
theirs off.
sirens.
But I was outside, and I
That
didn't hear
that
nothing.
one wasn't working. Jackie, I was standing outside my building, I could hear Merriams.
Yeah.
I could hear all them.
But-
Where are they?
Standing outside.
You got one in Merriam, you got one on the high rise.
You got 5 at Merriam, they belong to Haldor and Hoosier. Each town's got their own, and here's the deal we get into, and I know you guys have got tough times and budgets, so does the city. JD's willing to try to help with this because it benefits part of the city. That was put in when I was county commissioner back in 2002 when I was going out. Mark Mason was the EMA director, and that was really put in for Parkin Lake. Because in summertime, Wes, you guys know, when that's full, that's a little town. There's probably 1,000, 1,200 people there. That was it, that's the reason we put it on top of the high rise out there. It's 24 years old, things is gonna break on it. And I don't have no money in my budget to do that. I've told you guys that, and the commissioners tried to help me. I got 2 guys that are electricians, and they're gonna come look at it for free and see if we can fix it. But this here, look at what I sent you, because it's not gonna come out of county general, it's 911 funds that Connie and them had, she's willing to pay for it, so they're gonna put that in here soon, and that'll help. It does a lot more than just the sirens. It's about like code red, matter of fact, it'll put alerts out on your phone and stuff too. The reason I did come tonight, back when you guys did budgets, and I appreciate you guys putting that in the budget. All I'm asking, and it's not going over what you gave me, is raising that deputy director. If I'm gonna try, I was waiting on you guys to get done with your council. Of course, last month we was fighting snow, you guys couldn't have it. But if you figure up $16, and that's exactly what part-time jailers make, $18.69. And, you figure that up for 832 hours a year, that's 16 times 52, you get 15,550, you gotta put 16,000. I will not come back and ask you for no money, you guys know that. And if I don't use it, right now, we're almost 2 months in, so some of that's gonna be saved. But all I ask, if you want me to try to get somebody that I can teach and train and get them, certified in the next 4 or 5 years, you gotta pay them a little bit. Cause right now, I think, Amy, what are we paying, 11?
12 something.
Okay, 12 something. So all I'm asking, they're public safety too. And something I know Jackie and Deanne and some of these guys, and I'm gonna be talking to these guys. I am the coordinator of the public safety of the county. And I know 2 years ago, we was gonna start they asked me to start a public safety, and I was going to. I was gonna put a councilman, commissioner, one of the fire chiefs or 2, and a police department EMS on a committee. And we're gonna work with not only you guys, all the solar and all
All of
that,
them, I remember.
to help
that.
out stuff like this, and they're willing to put money out there. I know you guys are for public safety. So I was gonna get a committee so it don't come out tax dollars. try to save, but, all I'm asking is amend the salary ordinance. I think, you know, to that, the money's there, it's not changing no monies in the budget, it's just amending that hourly wage. I guess, you know, if we didn't do that, I can just pay them salary, and pay them so much a month, and then it don't matter. I mean, that's one way to do it too, so I'm, you know, that's one reason I come in, I appreciate you guys putting it in there, I do, but we've been busy, very busy.
So you want the hourly wage to be what? 16?
I think it's 1869 what the, jailer dispatch, part-time makeup there.
And
And
you're
that's
gonna
what-
regulate his hours so he don't get over that.
Absolutely. Two days a week, and that's it. I'll make sure that we don't go over that 15, well, you know, 16, I'll make sure we're under that.
You already have it in your budget, right?
Yeah, it's what you guys put in there on the 16.
Then I make a motion, we do it.
I'll second.
Well, I've got a motion, a second, those in favor?
I appreciate it, thank you guys. And if you guys ever
So
need
your
something,
motion is to what? Pay, just guessing what the rate is, so you know what the rate is?
She said same as
1869.
18,
Whatever.
same
You're,
as
you're
the
for sure
jails.
on that?
I asked Robin, and she's one, does the payroll up there, I asked her, I texted her today when she was at work, I said, what is the payroll for your part-time jailers and dispatch?
Thing to be watching so we don't beat the grand total anyway, so.
Right. I appreciate it, and if you guys ever need to come down or look at anything, Mark, well, you're on the board anyway too, you and Jeff, but come down, I mean, you know, hopefully if I can work with all these guys, I can get a little money to keep these generators and all that up, because we got one generator down right now, again.
And you say the state's gonna help you with, sirens?
The one I sent
We
you
better
on
talk fast.
email,
Mhm.
that's 911 fund, and it's gonna come out of that fund, not
Guys are so like, I can stay here.
If you look at it, you guys will probably be impressed what it's gonna do.
Okay.
And he, you know, when she called me, I got a hold of him, I said, that was a year ago, March, when I got the quote, I asked him out Bloomington ECS, I said, can you keep that same quote? And he said, absolutely, so I'm gonna do it for the same quote they gave us a year ago.
Well,
Public safety
I
is,
think it's needed.
you know, public safety is important, guys. You guys all know it, I mean, hell, I'm trying to do my best to protect the public. And I don't do it just because it's gonna do it, because I do care about protecting the public. And I know Mayor Wilson knows that, he worked with me quite a bit, he went with me down there after the tornado the other night. We was this close from being an EF1 again, down through there.
It could've been an EF5. I
You're
was in
right.
the middle of it, Jimmy.
I thought I heard, why didn't you send me some pictures of that? I like that.
'Cause I didn't stick around to take any damn pictures.
Well, take me some, would you, where it blew them windows out?
I don't have no pictures of it.
Oh, you don't?
The center of that son of a gun was that color and it was ripping steel off. And I didn't decide I needed to be taking
I'll
a
agree.
picture.
That's smart.
Good choice,
I agree
Wes.
That's the
with
first one I've been in and I hope it's the only one.
you. I agree with you. I mean,
Like this damn jail over here. I was in there once and I ain't ever going back.
I never was in that one, Wes, I was in the old one, back 1982.
All right, you said you have something, Wes, before we get into
Well,
Jimmy's
back to the
history?
insurance.
Yes, sir.
Can you find out what time Brent can meet this week? Will you talk to him tomorrow?
I'm gonna look at my schedule.
I can't Friday morning, I got a doctor's appointment, but Thursday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon.
I can't do it at 1 o'clock on Wednesday, but after that I can, after 2.
Listen here, you guys gotta give us.
You said you were free when we nominated you for this board.
Good Lord, I don't get paid enough.
But is that something we gotta advertise 48 hours?
I can't do it Wednesday.
Listen, you said you was available during the day.
Listen.
She's helping Mitch out.
Guys act like a bunch of wingmen.
No, no,
I suppose it's
Right?
No,
I
I'm
know,
good.
that's what I was gonna say.
Amy, I'm good. I was looking at March 4th.
Okay,
Would you make a
What's
motion, Doug,
Thursday?
before Amy kills
I
somebody?
got the
kidding me?
26th.
Let's see it.
okay,
I'm free.
Thursday.
Are you busy?
All, 1 to 2 o'clock, I'm busy, that's the only time I'm busy.
On
From
Thursday?
1 to 2?
1 to 2.
Okay.
Thursday.
Is that lunch date? Because if it is, you're taking me too.
Are you buying lunch, Mitch?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm coming
Thursday?
too.
Thursday.
Between 1 to 2? I'm telling you, you are out. It's 2 to 3, so you are available.
So 1 to 2 or 2 to 3?
2 to 3.
I'm busy.
Okay, 2 to 3.
Thursday, 2 to 3. 2 o'clock.
We're gonna be in town anyways, so that's fine.
Anybody else got anything?
Okay, so then Susan will contact me and have all the binders, so if you're in town before Thursday, stop by and pick them up so you can start researching. Okay,
Okay, I'm done, Logan.
Everybody else done?
he's now.
Get it over with.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Right, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Logan.
Yeah.
You may work.